The Torah is fixed and unchanging, which is one of the things that make it beautiful and problematic for some. And values often change. How do you maintain a balance here? How does one ensure that one maintains a love and respect for the tradition and the Torah without discarding it, and it doesn't become robotic and just saying, I'm just using the Torah as a manual to do what it says, and it's never supposed to change. There's a great moment in the beginning of Parshat Teitze, the Ben Sora More. What makes it great, in part, is it's the rebellious and wayward son. That when there's a rebellious and wayward son, his parents are supposed to take him to the center of a town, to the gate of the town, and say that B'nai Zeh, or this son of ours, is Ben Sora Mora. He's a glutton and a drunkard, and then the elders of the town will hear what he says. They'll make a judgment. If he's guilty, then they will stone him to death right there on the spot. So, what do you do with this? Stoning to death the wayward son. The sages of old said, you know what, Ben, that the child clearly can't be a young child, has to be of age, can't be below 13, can't be below a level of understanding what's going on, and also can't be an adult, meaning 18, whatever it was the age of majority is, he has to be in this zone, he has to be a drunkard. He has been warned about the fact that he has an alcohol problem, and a glutton. He has to be warned about the fact that he was this. But he knows that both parents have to be present. Both parents have to speak together. Both parents have to, this son of ours, they have to be able to see him and point to him. So if one can't speak, if one can't see, then it's disqualified. And essentially, they slap so many conditions on the situation that it makes it impossible to actually carry out the sentence. And Talmud even says, Lo haya v'lo aved. Never happened that this case came to a capital case, and then it won't be the case. Never was, never will be. Meaning, the sages put so many conditions on, they preserve the Torah and preserve their moral sense. That, I think, they're thinking this wouldn't be a moral thing to carry this out. The Torah demands that we be moral. We won't change the Torah, but we'll change the way we read it. This is the tradition. That when we read something in the Torah that goes against our moral sensibilities, we understand God is asking us to be moral beings, and so it must be that we're reading it wrong. This is most prominently true in this day and age with issues of sexuality. You have a verse that forbids this, that forbids that. Does that mean that we're supposed to condemn all gay people or whatever the case may be? And the answer is, check your morality. If this strikes you as an immoral command, then we don't get to say, God asked us to do something immoral, and what can I do? I'm just following orders. That's the opposite is the case. We're supposed to be moral all the time. And if we think the Torah is commanding us to do otherwise, then we're reading it wrong. So, remember, we're not supposed to discard the Torah and ignore it. We're supposed to use it as a way to try and sharpen ourselves, to try and live the best lives we can, and understand that we never get to do something that's immoral and say, what can I do? I was just following orders. God forbid. That's not how we roll. Shabbat shalom.